morning and welcome to today's almost daily devotional. And we are talking this week about identity, about the ways in which we label ourselves, the way in which we understand who we are in the world, the ways in which we think about the limitations that we have or the promises that we have are greatly affected by our identity. And today we're going to hear a little bit from Amos, the prophet Amos, and this is chapter 7. And it starts with the 12th verse, and it goes like this. Amaziah said to Amos, "You who see things, go run away to the land of Judah, eat your bread there, and prophesy there. But never again prophesy at Bethel, for it is the king's holy place and his royal house." Amos answered Amaziah, "I am not a prophet, nor am I a prophet's son, but I am a shepherd and a trimmer of sycamore trees. But the Lord took me from shepherding the flock, and the Lord said to me, 'Go prophesy to my people Israel.' Now then, hear the Lord's word. You say, 'Don't prophesy against Israel, and don't preach against the house of Isaac.' Therefore, the Lord proclaims, your wife will become a prostitute in the city, and your sons and your daughters will fall by the sword, and your land will be measured and divided up. You yourself will die in an unclean land, and Israel will surely be taken away from its land." It's a challenging prophecy. The prophets in the Old Testament don't get easy words to say because they're in a difficult situation. It's a challenging time for them to live. People are making choices that are detrimental because they're easier or because they preserve the status quo. And so it's hard to be a shepherd. It's hard to be a prophet in that world without having things to say that strike us as quite dour and quite difficult to hear. Now, Amos and Amaziah are having an argument. Amaziah is a royal advisor. He sort of protects the king, and he's saying to Amos that these prophecies, these words that are so difficult for the king to hear, are not welcome anymore. They're not welcome. He needs to go somewhere else and tell people these stories. And Amos responds, I didn't want to do this. This wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm just a shepherd. I keep sheep and I trim trees, right? And we have this way in our society and in our world of diminishing people or confining them to the roles that they play. So if you're a carpenter, then that's all you do. You go be a carpenter. I don't want to hear you talk about other things. And if you're a math teacher, go be a math teacher and don't talk to me about other things. Talk to me about math. That's you, but that's you. That's what you do. And Amos is saying that God calls us out of those constrictures, those boundaries, to a world where we can authentically witness to God's work in the world and what we see happening in the world. And we're more than just a shepherd. Some of the wisest people I've ever known, some of the people who knew their Bible back and front, were people who walked around with wrenches in their hands. And how often do we dismiss the wise words that they say because they may not express them in a good way, or they may not be able to put the right words in the right order, or we dismiss them because, what do you know? You're just a bag handler, right? We do this all the time. We diminish people's witness to the word. We diminish people's witness to God. We diminish the challenging things that people say to us because they don't have the right identity to say them. So the challenge for us today is to hear words from people who are unexpected and to be open to them and to give credit to their witness to the word. God bless.